We're coming up on a Sagittarius new moon, the second one, as we revisit our stories we tell ourselves. Sagittarian is the philosopher, and the one that quests for truth. And in Sagittarius energy, we can work with that energy to discover what our truth is as individuals, as unique beings, humans, beings of light on this planet. We can tune in to our inner worlds and see where we are maybe frustrated, where we are happy, and also just to notice that the energies of a new moon are low. They're low energies. So I always hear people around the new moon be like, "Oh, I'm so tired." And they don't know why. Well, new moon. There's no energy coming from the moon. The moon and the sun are locked together like a magnet. And then the moon will eventually, after a couple days, move forward and jump ahead of the sun and be in the next sign we're going to go into, which is Capricorn, which is really a very practical sign, and it's full of wisdom. It's the ancient wisdom keepers, and Capricorns are like, well, is it, does it grow corn? Is it practical? Can I work with it? And it's a time to really, and this time of year is like for internal work, internal work. So the inner light, how is your inner world? And, tuning into the mind and the power of this mind we have is amazing and very underexplored. And many philosophers have explored the mind, and really the things they have come up with are amazing and just super helpful. Unfortunately, that stuff gets rationalized out of a lot of our education. But, the mind is an open energy system. It's not a steel trap. We are tuning into all kinds of energies, and also depending on your chart, if you have a lot of air in your chart, your mind is a lot more active than other minds, other charts. So it's good to tune into what the voices are in your mind. Like, what do you hear in your head when you are going throughout your day, and checking in with yourself and noticing, there's a lot of information telling us all kinds of stuff. Like, I'm on here telling you stuff, but I'm on here telling you beware of all this stuff out there, because there is this kind of seeding of our energy field through all this information, through all the information coming through all the podcasts, and people say all the time, "Oh, I don't watch the news." Well, it's not coming through the news. And the news puts it out to a certain group of people who pay attention to that, but then there's all kinds of influencers and, people that put stuff out through, YouTube, podcasts, all that stuff. And it's telling us things that may be not true for everybody. So we have to use our bodies as these like tuning forks, these, meters of, well, is this true for me? Or is this true for them? And some universal truths are, the only way out is in. There's a universal truth. The only way out is in. When your inner world is right, you can, pretty much move through anything. Because the outer world, it never stops. There's always going to be traumas and dramas and political stuff, and so we have to remember that the inner reality needs to be good. Otherwise, we're just getting constantly triggered by the outer reality, which isn't fun. You get dragged around basically by it. And so that's where you really want to be, clear about the inner world and who's all there. And is it all you, or are there influences? There's lineage stuff. There's all kinds of things that influence our energies. And, I've had some great success working on people this week. I work with disturbed energy, and I'm able to clear it from the body. And, I worked on a 3-year-old who has night terrors, and she had a lot of disturbed energy in the body. The circulation, the lymph, the nerves. Some of it's connected to astrology, because there's a whole medical health aspects to astrology that are pretty right on. And some of it is, coming in with lineage stuff, hard birth trauma issues. There's stuff that's just, and we're open energy systems. So when kids come in, spirits are very concerned, or not concerned, but I got distracted. The spirits are really curious about children, and they influence children. I myself had a negative spirit around me, and I was terrorized in my sleep as a child, and my parents didn't understand it at all, nor how to protect me as their child. And there are ways, clearing energy. So I did one session, cleared the energy, and she did not have nightmares that next night. So that's amazing. I also worked on a dog with a lot of nervous energy since puppyhood. And the dog was, disturbed in the heart, circulation, all kinds of disturbances in the major systems. So circulation, lymph system, and nerves are 3 systems that go throughout the body. Every organ, is woven through with these rivers and these tributaries of flowing energy. And the heart is the center of that. And so if your heart is disturbed and not vortexing properly, you will feel it in your circulation. You will feel a lot of things through the heart being disturbed. So I got a report after the work that the dog was super chill. So, it's good to clear yourself, clear your energies, clear your children, clear your house, because these energies are everywhere, and they've always been around. And there's energies, there's entities, there's lineage energies, there's all kinds of energies. And it's good to pay attention to that, because there is a real effect on the body and your well-being. So, I mean, this is stuff we're not taught unless we're raised in a spiritually minded, family. So, and a lot of us aren't, because that was shut down generations ago. So, but some are, and it's amazing because they're so in tune and supported. So, and it's not about, blame, oh, the parents, oh, this or that. It's not even about that. It's just, let's clear it. Let's not dwell on it. Let's not try to even figure it out. Unless it keeps happening, then that's something to figure out. Maybe there's a negative energy line under the bed where you sleep, things like that. That can cause disturbances and actually will cause health issues. So, tune into the unseen around you, and I've been getting into the internal family systems modality with Robert Falconer. Is super interesting stuff. And the way he handles these beings that maybe aren't a part of us is so gentle and kind. There's only love for you here, because these energies cannot survive off you, and they're not really welcome. They're actually disturbing the field. So it's good to just be aware and in tune and go in at this time. I know it's hard because everybody's running around doing this and that and gifts and all the things, but tune in to the inner world this time of year, this new moon. Your inner reality, your inner story. What is it you want to create, and what is already here that you're working with? So, and hit me up if you want some work. This work comes from Egypt. It's based in the old alchemy, a chemical understanding of number, shape, color, sound, angle. These are the 5 things that alchemize energy. And it's amazing. And it works remote because every part of us, including a photo, I can read all kinds of disturbances in the body through anatomy charts and a photo of you. So it's just as effective remote. The work I was just talking about was done remote through photos. So it's powerful, and we have to tune into it so we can clear it and be our true selves and evolve out of this way we came in to this reality.